If you're looking to sell your business and you have a letter of intent, should you have an attorney look at it? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan coming to you live for consulting secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento. All right, letter of intent. You've met with a company, an organization, an investor, private equity, big company, small company, and somebody wants to purchase your company. And they issue a letter like, hey, let's get engaged. Let's do this engagement. And they give you an LOI. And in this LOI, it explains that you are selling your company, your LLC, your sole proprietorship, and whatever brand or flavor that you have. And then it's going to outline some terms and conditions. They're going to say, we're going to exchange a sum of money under these conditions. There might be some reps and warranties saying, hey, we are going to hold back some money to prove what you're saying is true and accurate in case there's harm on us. They may come back and say there's a non-disclosure agreement, which means that you're not going to talk and we're not going to talk and we're not going to share this information and it's held private. There's probably about 7 to 10 key provisions that you're going to find in most letter of intents. And here's the thing. They are written in attorney language. The who and wherefore and why for and all these words, all the good words, all the fancy words. And sometimes the commas matter. And so sometimes they're binding, meaning it's a legal contract. Sometimes it's non-binding, saying we're going to break up if we don't like each other, okay? And so it's very important for you to take a look at one of these, probably with some legal representation. I'm not a doctor, attorney, marriage counselor, therapist, but I am a taco enthusiast, but doesn't make me qualified to look at your LOI and say, hey, here's all the provisions you have to put in here. There's been times where I've looked at LOIs for friends and said, hey, let's ask these 5 or 10 questions and then let's fill them in and then have the attorneys put the words that they're supposed to in the language that they're supposed to, and we can go from there. Now, the reason I say this is attorneys are not always business people. They're the legalese words. They look at the word and they're like, yeah, that's wrong. And so sometimes if you got an attorney that's never done business, they may not understand how your company operates. So you may have some friends that are entrepreneurs that are very close and they won't talk and they won't break your NDA. You might have to have them sign a non-disclosure agreement and say, hey, what do you think of this LOI? What do you think? And they may come up with some pie-in-the-sky ideas, or they may come up with some great ideas. Now, here's the thing. If you're looking to sell your business in the next 0 to 36 months and you need some exit strategies to increase your valuation, you should reach out to the Deal Hotline, 888-DEAL-919, 888-DEAL-919. And if you're doing $2 million a year with a 10% profit margin at least, no deal's too big, reach out to the Deal Hotline and a member of my team will get back to you. So why you should have an attorney look at your LOI? Because occasionally somebody slips up and puts something in there that they shouldn't. Or you put something in there that's going to cause you problems. Sure, you could probably go to the internet and have somebody write something for you. But for the $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 that you're going to spend for an attorney for half an hour of their time, it'll be worth it for you, right? And so these are the things that you should do. You read your LOI and then you ask your questions. What does it mean for non-binding? What does it mean for where this is going to be cited from? If my corporation or my LLC is based out of Wyoming, it may have the rules that are based out of Wyoming or Texas that govern the LOI. Well, that's important if you live in a place like California. Wyoming is 800 or 900 miles from me. Delaware is 2,500 miles from me. If I lived in Hawaii, it would be 2,500 miles from me. 4,500. You get the gist. You got to know where all these things are coming from. And sometimes an attorney may look at an LOI and go, no way, we're going to cross all this out. We're going to make changes. We're going to do red lines. We're going to make modifications. It isn't going to be this way. I have seen people go to town on letters of intent in the very beginning. And what started out to 3 pages turned out to 20. You don't want to get in a battle where you don't have to. It's just you're putting a ring and saying we're getting engaged and we're having the conversation. And sometimes you may look at the company and go, we're going to break up. We're not going to do this. So there you go. Should you have an attorney look at your LOI? In my belief, absolutely. Am I one? No, I'm not an attorney, doctor, marriage counselor, therapist. Once again, taco enthusiast, right? Absolutely have an attorney look at your documentation, but see what you could come up with first. Look up the key provisions. Google a couple of things on the internet, or go to your favorite AI tool and look up a couple of things and ask some questions. It's your company. It's your business. Absolutely have an attorney look at it after you've looked at it and read it. But just know that sometimes under a non-disclosure agreement, if you show it to a friend, they got to sign one too. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.